Meet your new AOPA Sweepstakes airplane, a 2024 Aviat Husky.
AOPA keeps flying safe, accessible, and fun by protecting your freedom to fly. We are the most trusted one-stop resource for all things related to general aviation. Become an AOPA pilot today. Thanks to Hartzell for sponsoring this video. Hartzell carbon fiber propellers are stronger, lighter, and faster. AOPA members receive a $1,000 discount.
So the AOPA Sweepstakes Aviat Husky is much more than just a backcountry plane. I mean, it's definitely that, but it's much more than that. The airplane has a 200 horsepower Lycoming IO360 engine that gives it a lot of oomph, a lot of takeoff power, and you certainly need that in the backcountry. And yes, it has the 31-inch Alaskan bush wheel tires that'll get you in and out of almost any, sandbar and strip that you want to go into. But the aircraft also has an amazing Garmin certified IFR suite. So you can fly this airplane VFR, IFR, instrument approaches into any towered or non-towered airport that you choose. Truly a capable machine. The AOPA Sweepstakes Aviat Husky is an amazing backcountry airplane. And what makes it so capable? Well, one item is right here, the 31-inch Alaskan bush wheel tires. These will allow you to land on just about any surface. Certainly the grass that we have here, but also gravel sandbars and a beach if you so desire, and a field. So really nice capabilities with tires like this. You never ever have to get concerned about getting stuck in the mud. Another item that makes the Aviat Husky a tremendous backcountry airplane is its engine. And this is the Aviat Husky A1C 200 model, and the 200 stands for 200 horsepower. So behind here, we have a fuel-injected Lycoming IO360 engine, and that creates a lot of oomph for takeoff. This aircraft can take off in between 350 and 400 foot ground roll. And then after you take off, we have a Hartzell Trailblazer constant speed propeller. And this propeller, when you set it for fine pitch on takeoff, will help to shorten the roll, but more importantly, it provides you a much better climb rate. So we love this combination of engine and propeller that will allow you to get out of the shortest of fields. The AOPA Sweepstakes Aviat Husky is far more than a backcountry airplane, and it's inside that sets it apart. We have a full Garmin IFR certified avionics package. It has a G500 TXI MFD PFD that has the engine indication system built into it, a very powerful GTN 750 XI navigation system with Navcom radios. It has a G5 backup attitude indicator, and I think for me, most impressively, it has a GFC 500 autopilot. How about that in a tailwheel backcountry airplane? So not only can you fly to all of your great favorite grass strips, you can cruise on autopilot on the way there and back. A really great upgrade on the 1C model of the Aviat Husky is the trim. This trim is so easy to use, nose up and nose down, because it has a push-pull cable that goes directly back to the elevator and is just super simple to use in flight and provides a lot of leverage. Now you can slip this airplane into a short field, but I'm not sure if you'd need to. Take a look at the size of these flaps. Well, useful load is an important consideration for any airplane, and this Aviat Husky definitely delivers. The 200 horsepower definitely helps, but it can carry a lot. The empty weight is 1,450 pounds, and the gross weight is 2,250 pounds for a useful load of 800 pounds. Now, some of that you're gonna have to take in fuel. There's 50 gallons of fuel, but the rest can go in this luggage compartment behind the seat that can carry 50 pounds. And additionally, this very spacious compartment that carries an additional 30 pounds. One of the most challenging things about owning a tailwheel airplane is moving it around. And one of the great features of this aircraft are its tail pull handles. This has a tail pull handle here on the horizontal stabilizer and one down here. You can put a lot of leverage if you have to go uphill. And furthermore, there's two on the other side. AOPA would like to thank Stu Horn with Aviat and John McKenna with the Recreational Aviation Foundation, the RAF, for their part in making this AOPA Sweepstakes Aviat Husky possible. Now you can see this is the original paint scheme, but as you know with AOPA Sweepstakes airplanes, they don't usually stay in this original paint scheme for long. And we've got some ideas cooking. You'll have to wait around and see what we do. Enough talking about specs. Let's get in this beautiful aircraft and see what it can do around this grass strip. Clear prop. Okay, we are in the AOPA Aviat Husky at a wonderful little grass strip here in Maryland. I'm going to do takeoff and landing, just walk you through the capabilities of this airplane. But first, I've learned if you're going to fly on private grass runways or off airport, you should turn off the ESP protection, the electronic stability protection on the Garmin unit. You can do that on the G5 by pressing this button, scrolling until you get the ESP, pressing the button, the green turns gray, and the ESP will no longer try to level you as you're low to the ground. Very important. All right, so I'm just going to do a normal grass field takeoff. I've got 1 notch of flaps. I'll give it full power. I'll lift off or put the tail high pretty quickly, and then come off in ground effect and climb out at 64 knots. All right, here we go. All right, it's getting light, and there we are. And boy, does it want to climb.
Warning, terrain.
And it's a private airstrip, so the terrain warning comes on. So we still have the 1 notch of flaps in, and you can't exceed 70 knots with flaps. So I'll keep the power coming back here. All right, we're downwind. So just slowing to keep it under 70. And really our target speed here is going to be 60 knots on base and final. All right, putting in a 3rd notch of flaps. All right, we're at 60. Looking good. Or just over 60 knots. So you can slow down to about 50 on short final. Is about as slow as you want to go. All right, we're at 58. Got the field made. Yeah, we're pretty much just coasting in now. How do you enter? If you're an AOPA member, you're automatically entered. And if you have automatic renewal or are a lifetime member, you get 5 additional entries for a total of 6 entries. If you're not an AOPA member, we'd love to have you join and you would be automatically entered to win this beautiful aircraft. But there are alternative forms of entry that you can find out about at aopa.org/sweeps.